Hi, welcome back to Awaken Your Abundance. I'm Hyacinth Henderson, and on this channel, I teach you, I show you, I lead you, I guide you on different ways to raise your consciousness and awaken your abundance. Ultimately, we talk about spirituality, we talk about mindset, we discuss money sometimes, we discuss a number of different things. So sit tight, you are in for a treat. Today, we are going to be talking about alignment. Now, alignment is a word that I feel is being used more frequently in mainstream, which I love because it is so important. I also realize that a lot of people don't know what alignment is. You may hear the term, but you may not know what it is. And so when I think about alignment, as I was preparing for this video, the first thought that came to me was a car. And it took me back to when I was maybe 19 or 20 years young. And I think it was maybe my first or second car at that point. And I was at the point where I was just riding the car. Like I got in, I knew that it needed gas, and then I pushed the pedal to go and pushed the brakes to stop. And that's all I was doing with the car. And at this point, I was working maybe an hour away from my home. I also was a mother. I had my daughter at 19. So as a mother, I was working an hour away from home, and I was just putting gas in and pushing the gas, and that's it. And I remember having some car issues, and I realized this when I was at my job. And remember, my job was an hour away from my home. So here I am an hour away from home, and I'm having car issues. And one of the gentlemen that worked there, he happened to be into cars, and he knew someone who could fix my car that was right around the corner. And so he arranged that for me. But he had a conversation with me about the importance of taking care of a car. He said, Hyacinth, you have a daughter, you don't know cars, you need to make sure everything is taken care of on your car. That means you need to make sure your car is aligned when it needs to be. You need to make sure your tires are checked. You need to make sure the brakes are always in order. He said, Hyacinth, you need to make sure you stay on top of this car so that you can get to where you are destined to go without any hiccups. He said, suppose, this would have happened when you were on the side of the road, what would have happened? So he gave me a good talking to, and that always stuck with me. And so since then, I've always made it a point to look at my cars, look at the manuals. Okay, it says I need service on this day, that day, whatever the case may be, because I know that I don't know how to get under the hood and fix a car. And then also I know how important transportation is for me to get from point A to point B. So when I think about alignment, I think about a car's alignment. So for any of you who have driven a car or maybe have ridden in a car, one of the telltale signs that a car is out of alignment or that needs an alignment is that if you're driving the car and the car is just shaking, the steering wheel is shaking, you're driving and although the wheel should be straight, it's veering to the left or to the right. If you're a passenger in the car, you're like, dang, why is this just moving? Why is it shaking? That is because the car is out of alignment. And so I want to talk to you give you some information about a car's alignment so that you can then parallel this with your alignment for your life. Because oftentimes we experience life and we're like, why are things just shaking? Why is this not a comfortable ride? Why am I feeling like I'm veering over here, although I'm trying to go there? It's because there is a misalignment somewhere. So when you think about a car's alignment, the alignment is the system that connects the wheels to the vehicle. And so we know when we talk about a car or a truck or a vehicle, it can't really go where it needs to go without some wheels, right? And so we hope to see, especially in my lifetime, where cars are flying. But right now, we need wheels for the car to move. And so the alignment is a system that connects all of that. It's a suspension system that keeps the tires together so that the car can move at the same speed in the same direction. And so one of the things that happens when the car is in alignment is you get a smoother ride. You achieve better fuel economy. It prevents future repairs down the line, future expensive repairs down the line. Goes back to that conversation where my coworker at that time had with me. He said, girl, you got to take care of your car because, small things become big things if you don't take care of your car. Right? So having your car in alignment, it also extends the life of the tires, right? And so when you have a misalignment, then the automobile is not going to run as smoothly as it needs to, as smoothly as it can. The ride isn't going to be as smoothly as it can. And so now when you think about your life and you may be saying, okay, Hyacinth, I'm starting to connect the dots a little bit. I'm connecting them a little bit, but I'm gonna need some help. So what I'm sharing with you and what I am wanting you to connect the dots is to realize that in order for you to get from point A to point B and point B to point C in your life's journey, you must be in alignment. You must be in alignment. If not, you're going to have more bumps and bruises along the way. You're going to feel those bumps more. You're going to be veering off. Well, I want to go here, but I'm going there. And that's because you're misaligned. So what is alignment when it relates to you? What is alignment when it relates to your life? Well, first of all, we have to understand that we live in an energy-based world. Everything is energy. Frequency and vibration play a very important role in the life that we live. Oftentimes people get caught up in the flesh, in our bodies, right? We get caught up in our bodies. We get caught up in our jobs, what's on TV. We get caught up on all the external things, and we start to believe that that is what life is about. And we don't understand and realize that this is really an energy-based world that we live in. And when you understand energy, you can really transform your life. You can work with energy in such a way, I want to say master energy, but you can work with energy in such a way that you drastically change your life's trajectory. You drastically change your life's path. You change your life and you're like, wow, just a month ago or 6 months ago, I was this way, but now I'm that way. And it is because you are tapped in to energy. You're tapped into the awareness that you are more than your flesh. You are more than your job. You are more than your family, right? So when we understand that at a very basics, and we'll go into details at a later time on another video. But today I want to specifically stick with alignment, because if you can get alignment, then we can explore and expand and do some other things. So if you're like, okay, Hyacinth, I get it. Everything is energy. Like, I just need to be able to ride the wave. I need to get on the frequency of the things that I want, of the life that I want to live, of the experiences that I want to have. So when you start to understand frequency and vibration, then you can say, hey, what do I need to do to be able to get on a frequency or a level that is in alignment with the life that I want to live? Okay, so that word alignment is coming back. So what does that mean? How do you know if you're in alignment? How do you know if you're out of alignment? One of the number one ways for you to understand if you're in alignment or whether you're misaligned is how you feel. Your body will always tell you how you feel. We have been largely conditioned and programmed to ask external sources, to seek answers outside of ourselves, to follow the masses and the status quo. But alignment is about paying attention to how you feel, understanding that life is a feeling process, and the way that you feel is very telling as to if you are in alignment or if you are out of alignment. And the very short version of this is you want to feel good. You want to feel good. If you are doing things and you're doing it and it makes you feel good, how do you feel when you do it? Do you feel light? Do you feel free? Do you feel flowing? Do you feel accomplished? You are in alignment. If you are doing things and your insides are turning, you feel heavy, you feel weighed down, your body's responding, you have a headache, your heart starts rapidly pumping, you are out of alignment. That is as simple as it is. So you say, Hyacinth, well, that's kind of different from what society teaches us. Society teaches us we got to do this, we got to follow the masses, we got to do X, Y, and Z. It's time out for all of that. It was always time out for that. But now in this space where all the changes are taking place, The changes are taking place as an indicator to let you know, I know the masses are doing this, but I don't think I can keep following them because I've been following the masses and it hasn't worked out for me well. It hasn't served you well. So at the very basics, if you go back to the car analogy, if you want to go where you need to go without veering off, if you want to go where you need to go in the most efficient manner, if you're on this destiny, you're on your life's journey and you're journeying through it, and sure there are going to be different paths and different directions that we can go. And it's not always a quick journey, right? Because if it's a quick journey, then we wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be listening to this, right? You would be in another realm somewhere. So we don't necessarily want to speed up the journey, but we also want to pack light for the journey. We don't want our automobile to be weighed down. We don't want our automobile to be out of alignment. We want our alignment to lead us to the next best level. We want our alignment to show us when we are on the right path. Picture your alignment as your inner guidance system, your inner GPS that tells you you're going the right way. Keep going. You're going the right way. Oh yes, get off here. Go there. Yes, no. When you're out of alignment, that GPS is going to say rerouting, turning you around. It's rerouting. And what does that rerouting look like? That rerouting looks like you're not feeling well. That rerouting looks like you always getting in trouble when you're around certain people. That rerouting looks like every time you do this, the result isn't what you wanted it to be. So when you start thinking about your life as a journey and you as an automobile that is taking the journey, you want to make sure that you are in alignment so that you have a smoother ride. You want to make sure that you are in alignment so that you run more efficiently. You want to make sure that you're in alignment so that you don't run into expensive repairs down the line. What does that mean in life, right? So expensive repairs down the line mean doing something, if you're doing something that's out of alignment and you know you kind of shouldn't be doing it because your inner being has already said don't do that, but you ignored it. And again, your inner being said don't do that. You ignored it. Your body was telling you, sending you all kind of signals. You ignored it. And so now down the line, you're at a point where you have to address it, and it's going to cost you some money. It's going to cost you your life sometimes. It's going to cost you a whole lot of work. It's going to be more expensive down the line. The lesson is going to be more expensive down the line because you ignored all the signs, because you didn't get the simple alignment, because you didn't stay in alignment. So when you think about this, I want you to, if you need to lean back and forth in the car analogy, and yourself and your body as you're going through this journey, ask yourself, how do I feel? How do I feel? How you feel will never lead you on. And this is one reason why I always encourage you to explore your health, your wellness, your body. Pay attention to what you're putting in your body, because in order for you to really be tuned in to the signs that your body is giving you, you don't need to be drunk and high. If you're drunk and high, you don't know if you feel bad, if you misaligned, or if you high. You don't know. You don't know if you're misaligned or you're hungover. So when I talk to you guys, and I'm speaking to the people who are in my one-on-one coaching or in my warrior training camp, when I'm always sharing about food, your habits, your exercise, things like that, it is because your body needs to be so clean and so pure that you can then recognize when your energy is off. Emotions are energy in motion. And lots of times we experience different emotions and we don't know why we feel like this, but it's because we're out of alignment in some areas. Okay, so I feel like this video is already getting to be longer than I wanted it to be. So I'm going to end it here. Stay tuned for the next video. Thanks.